Guten Tag, Gamers. Ich bin Demonizer Andy. Sorry. I'm back again by request with a Dortmund tactics and video, and I've gone for something a little bit different. Dortmund have played in a couple of different styles, so rather than breaking it down into each individual one, which would take me far too long, I've gone for the 3-4-2-1. Now, there's a couple of variations in what they play, but this one seems to have gone quite well for them, and it was the most interesting one for me because a lot of the other, they've played in a 4-4-2 flat, sort of a 4-2-3-1. They generally have the target man in Haaland, and then the danger comes from down that right hand side. They used to play a lot like Liverpool, so if you want sort of a more orthodox sort of tactic, if you look back at my Liverpool one, or even the 4-4-2 video I did a little bit back, you can sort of integrate that and sort of take a couple of instructions from this video and just tinker about with it a little bit. However, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the 3-4-1-2. So I'm lacking on a few Dortmund players, so we've gone with as many as I can, sort of a Bundesliga mix-up team here, but I've just put players in to sort of give you a feel and an idea. There's been some good Dortmund players. I mean, the Sancho card, I'd love to get my hands on him. You've got the Renier card, that's not bad at all. Haaland, unfortunately, I mean, he's good in game, but he doesn't quite translate. I suppose what he does translate, but what you get out of him doesn't translate. Marco Royce, one of my all-time favourite players from the Bundesliga. I wish Arsenal had signed him. There's some absolutely fantastic players from the Bundesliga if you want to make a hybrid, or even if you want to go for the Dortmund team itself. There's the Fries Hazard, which was highly slept on and just massively overlooked, which still holds up today. This Witsel card is a card that I just cannot bring myself to get rid of no matter what. He still holds up to this day. But there's options. I mean, some of them don't quite work. You've got like Hummels and things, who's been a staple of German football for a long time, and he just doesn't quite fit the meta. But if you want some fun, then here we are. So we've got the 3-4-2-1. I think I said 3-4-1-2 at the beginning. My bad. For the Dortmund tactics. So they're a very strange side, Dortmund. Dortmund have been one of them that since for as long as I can remember. If I was a fan of the Bundesliga, like if I lived in Germany or whatnot, Dortmund would have been the team that I've gone to for since as long as I can remember. I like the philosophies. I like how they play football. I mean, they've had managers. I mean, Klopp's one of my all-time favourite managers. Some of the players they've had over the years, and then currently, like I said, I mean, Royce, just what a guy. I mean, shame for injuries and things. Being English, it's good to see Sancho sort of flourishing over there. Witzel's a machine. Hummels. There used to be an unreal. We used to, when people had a bit of an odour about him, we used to call him Matt Hums, for whatever reason. But here we are. We're through the 3-4-2-1. So let's get into it. So there's a lot going on in this formation. As I say, you can change it so these are wing backs. We're like sort of 5 at the back, but it's not quite how they play. You're sort of in a 3-4-3. I think you can tinker about with it a little bit more, but we'll go with what we know. So tactics first of all. So pressure on every touch. So Dortmund are one of them teams again. Like all German football teams, they play probably the prettiest football over there, but they're still quite, So you lose that ball and they're gonna punish you for it. So pressure on every touch. Width on defence, as I say, they're quite compact, and with this formation, with it being quite a wide formation as well, just dropping that width down a little bit sort of compacts everybody in the middle there. And shuts down any gaps to stop those pesky counter-attacks. Depth. Because you've only got 3 at the back, I mean, I normally like a 7 depth formation, but again, we're not going with just general tic-tacs. We're going with Dortmund. So again, they don't play on the front foot constantly. They're more of they will punish you type of team. I think they're probably, even though they don't quite show it in, sort of Champions Leagues and things recently, I do see if they're in the Premier League, they'd be up there. But yeah, they sort of, you do like to keep the ball, they like to create the space, and then they like to punish you for it. And they're very good in defence as well. Though mind you, this season for everybody has not been the most forgiving. So depth, we've only having 3 at the back for the most part. We're going to drop it down to 6. So offensive style, I think, speaks for itself. So possession again. Like I said, a bit of sort of tiki-taka style of football, but a bit faster, if you like, than tiki-taka football. And all they're doing is trying to create space for that right-hand side. And then they'll sort of trick you with the left if they wish. But possession style of football. We've gone for a width of 4 again, because again it's quite a wide formation. So just bringing it in that little bit gives you a few more options in and around the middle. But you can get out wide, which you'll see with our instructions in just a moment. Players in the box. Again, they're relentless. Even though they're quite a slow and steady team, to a point, and quite meticulous in the approach, they will punish you. So they get everybody in there, and there's a lot of threats in the Dortmund team. They're one of them teams again where, aside from the back line really, they can hit you from anywhere, especially when they're at full strength. So they get everybody in there. Corners and free kicks are down to preference, but again, we'll go with that crowd the box mentality. Some big players in there, some tall players in there that can bully defenders out of the way, slap a knot on it, or just, bundle them out of the way and just get Haaland on the end of it and just stick it in the back of the net for you. So that's it as far as tactics go. So the player instructions is where it gets a bit interesting. So we'll start with the keeper. So we want him coming out for crosses, but on balanced. So any other corners, or if people are going to try and exploit the wings or knock it across, keeper will be straight out there, punch it out, get it into your crowded sort of midfield, and then you can start building up. Back line across the back 3, staying back, and we've got normal. There's nothing to report here. Your wing backs, your full backs, whatever you want to call them, your midfielders. So we're on basic defensive support. They are going to stay wide. I think this is the same for both sides until we move further up the field. But they will get in behind, and they will get in the box for crosses, but normal interceptions. So what this allows them to do, even though they're covering back, it sort of cuts in well and just gives you that sort of overload mentality of everybody running up and being a threat for you, packing out that midfield as well because they're coming in. So it helps stop that counter attack, and it pressures their opponent, and then you've got players in the middle to cover you should anything go wrong. Basic defence, so you don't want them too far out of position. But yeah, they're going to get in the box cross, and they're going to get in behind to cause some havoc there. And then just normal interceptions, and I believe that's the same on both sides that I've added. Base, yep, stay wide, balance support, get in the box cross, and normal interceptions. Staying wide just sort of gives that extra threat as well when they are there, that you can push up to your forwards, or if you want, you've got that space to bring in the middle. So it just gives a bit of food for thought for your opponents on how you're going to attack, and it makes it a lot more versatile for you in attack as well. I think I've got these two the wrong way around, maybe, but we'll see. Yes, I have. Doesn't matter which way you do this, but because of how Dortmund set up on that right side, I would swap Kimmich in this. Even though Witzel's an absolutely fantastic card, so it doesn't really matter. But if you've got Sabitzer or Goretzka, Kimmich, one of those players. I mean, at this stage of the game now, we're at a sort of stage where players are just sort of, even that Emre Can card that gets slept on a lot for you Dortmund fans out there. Fantastic card that is. The Neuhaus I used for a little while until in fact I replaced him for Sabitzer. Just for the stats really, and then I pulled Kimmich untradeable yesterday, so he's come in. So I'd swap these around, but at this stage of the game, if you've got them players that are well rounded, it doesn't too matter. But on the right hand side, your more attacking side, so you've got your balanced attack. He's going to get in the box for crosses, normal interceptions. He's going to stick to position, and he's going to cover the centre. So what this does is your attacking threat. It just gives you more support outside the box. He's not going to run out of position too much. He's covering the centre of the field for you, as it says on the box. And he's just going to sort of hang around just before the just before the 18-yard box, just to give you some player support in attack and defence. On the other side of things is your more defensive-minded one. So I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, to be fair, Kimmich is that well-rounded. He can play anywhere. So in this instance, it doesn't matter. How I play at the moment, I've got Makelele moments in my team. So Kimmich would be on the other side. And this would be Makelele's spot, because he's got the high defensive work rate. So he's staying back while attacking. He's staying on the edge of the box for cross. I'm sorry, I did make a mistake on this one. This one's your more attack-minded one's getting in the box for cross to overload it. This one's staying on the edge of the box for your crosses. So again, you're more defensive-minded. You can get back into position quicker. You're not dragging him out with them interceptions. Sorry, you want cover centre here. I've not set that up correctly, so that's my fault. If I do that, that should bring it back in. Yep, cover centre. So stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of box cross, normal interceptions, stick in position, and he's covering the centre for you as well. And if you've got a high defensive-minded player, he's not going to be too far in position, and he's going to recover for you there. Forwards, this changes a little bit. So if you play on the 3-4-3, I'd have these changed the setting for crosses to get in the box for cross, but you can't do it on this one for some reason, I'm not sure. But balance width otherwise, so it gives you that option again. So if because your midfielders in this case, but if which are always covering for your wing backs as well, because they're so far out wide, it gives you the options to pass up or cut in. They're going to get in behind the players again on this right hand side. Normal interceptions, and you're going to have him on stay forward. So Sancho, especially if you can get that team of the season card, is going to be your main playmaker. That's where one of the major threats is going to come up front for your target man, being your striker. So balance width, getting behind, normal interceptions, and stay forward. Over on the left side, balance width, getting behind, normal deceptions, come back on defence. Now again, if you go for sort of the 3-4-3 or one of the fiver backs and you tinker with this a little bit, again push him on the setting that comes up when they're sort of a midfielder player, a winger and a winger instead of a forward. They have to get in the box for crosses. Tick that box as well. Otherwise, we're going to have balance width for that all-around support. He's going to get in behind as a threat and confuse normal interceptions. However, Royce in this instance, or if you're using Gold Hazard for whatever reason, or whoever, you're going to have this guy come back on defence and fill in the gaps in the middle while everybody else is tracking back for you. And then your main man, what a guy this is, what a guy. Stay central, getting behind, normal interceptions, and stay forward. So he's your target man. This is Haaland's job. Obviously, I'm talking from a Dortmund standpoint of view, but this works with any team. But this is for Dortmund fans out there. Haaland in game, as in real life, he's not the most technical footballer. He ain't Messi, he ain't Neymar, you're Ronaldo. He might pull an odd trick out of the bag every now and again. He's an absolute unit. He's a powerhouse, and his vision's like laser accurate. So if you are playing with Haaland, that's how this is set up for. You want him as your one-trick pony. Your threats come from the wings and the midfielders. They're going to clean all the rubbish up for you. So you want highly technical players, good high agility players surrounding him, which there's plenty of in the Bundesliga and including the Dortmund team. But Haaland, he's just your man who's just going to go through the middle, just steamroll through everyone, and absolutely just put the keeper through the back of the net if he decides to get in the way of it. But that's it, guys. Again, quick video with Dortmund. As I say, they do play in other formations as well. I'm not going to go into these ones because they are a bit... They're just generic for the most part, but this one I've seen them. I think I say a 4-2-3-1. I think they played against Munich, if I'm not mistaken. I think most recently they played Wolfsburg and Stuttgart, maybe. If I'm not... Wolfsburg and Leverkusen, can't remember, but they play in this formation quite, or variants of it. So this is probably the most interesting, which just gives you Oh, one thing I will mention as well, which I can't do, but if you do go for the 3-4-3, you know, or one of the formations where these become wingers, midfielders instead of, you know, forwards, drop these on both of them as well. So you want them getting in the box across, and you want them both on free roam as well. And then all it's doing is giving you support all around the field, which you can do. Otherwise, balance, come back on defence on this guy, and the other one stay forward. But that's about it, guys. So again, I'm enjoying doing these requests. It's testing my footballing brain again. You know, I'm sort of, you know, like I said, I've been involved in football a long time. I enjoy FIFA for what it is. I enjoy helping people. You know, what I will mention is I'm getting a lot of views now, starting to get them, but you're not subscribing. So if I can ask you a favour, if you could just hit a like, comment down to see what you want below, and please just subscribe. You know, it helps me. I'm on the race to 1,000. I'm not even a tenth of the way there. I think I've got 7 out of the videos. I think I've had something like 78,000 video views or something in the last 28 days. I've got 71 subscribers, so that speaks volumes. So again, if you can just subscribe, give me a comment what you want to see down below if you're unclear of anything, if there's any requests you've got. But other than that, guys, you know, stay safe, enjoy your gaming, and we'll see you next time. Peace and love, guys.